Hello students, this is video number 5 for the subject soil mechanics, and today we will study volume mass relationship. So let's start. First and the foremost thing, we all know what mass is, and it is denoted by m, right? if we want to if we want to define a weight, then simply we have to multiply mass with g, right? So instead of mass we will get weight, right? Okay, so let us see different types of densities that we use in soil mechanics. First one is bulk mass density. Bulk mass density, it is denoted by rho, and it is defined as total mass of the soil per unit volume. In other words, mass per unit volume. This is how we define bulk mass density, total mass by total volume, right? Then in the same manner we define dry mass density. Dry mass density, it is the mass of solids per unit total volume. It is denoted by rho T. The only difference is here, mass of solids, we are using mass of solids instead of total mass. When a soil is dried, then all the water is eliminated from the soil, so in the voids only air is present, and as we know that mass of air is negligible, hence the mass of soil will be equal to mass of solids. So this is how we define dry mass density. Next is saturated mass density. It is bulk mass density of the soil when the soil is fully saturated. It is denoted by this, and it is simply the saturated mass of soil divided by total volume. When the soil is fully saturated, all the pores are filled with water and there is no air in the pores, that mass divided by total volume is said to be rho sat, that is saturated mass density. Next is submerged mass density. Submerged mass density is denoted by rho dash, right? And it is submerged mass divided by total volume. What is submerged mass? Let us consider a case when there is soil and the groundwater is above the soil, that is the water table lies above the soil. In that case, the soil is said to be submerged, and from your previous knowledge you all know that there will be an upward buoyant force acting on the soil, right? So in this case, after some calculations we'll find that the submerged mass density will be equal to rho saturated minus rho w. What is rho w? Rho w is density of water, right? There is another definition, one more. Mass density of solids. It is simply the dense rho as, it is denoted by rho s, and it is simply the mass of solids divided by volume of solids. The only change that has happened is here. Instead of total volume, what we have used? Volume of solids, right? So mass density of solids. Now, what we have seen here is this. Number 1, bulk density is equal to total mass by total volume. Number 2, dry density is equal to mass of dry soil. But what is the meaning of mass of dry soil? Mass of dry soil means mass of air plus mass of solids, as there is no water, but mass of air is negligible, hence mass of solids by total volume. Then next is saturated density, right? That is saturated, so the mass of the soil, saturated soil divided by total volume. And then fourth, what we have seen, submerged mass density, that is equal to saturated minus density of water, right? And we have also seen mass density of solids, right? Now it is very much possible to define these terms instead of mass with respect to weight. What we have to do? We have to simply multiply this term with g. What will happen when we multiply density or bulk density with g? So what I mean to say, instead of defining the density in terms of mass, we want to define in terms of weight, right? The symbol will change, the name will also change. So let us see. This is the number 1 is bulk mass density, but if we want this to be written in terms of weight, we will have to write this. That is, this term is known as bulk unit weight. Bulk unit weight. Instead of writing in terms of mass per unit volume, we are writing now in terms of weight per unit volume. So instead of saying bulk mass density, we will rename it as bulk unit weight, right? So for dry density there will be dry unit weight, and it will be weight of solids by total volume. Instead of saturated density, we will have saturated unit weight, right? Yes. Instead of submerged mass density, we will have submerged unit weight. What is this? Rho, instead of rho W we have written gamma W, unit weight of water. Okay, so I think so these terms must be clear, right? So what we have done here, we have used some of the terms both in terms of mass and in terms of weight. So we must know what is bulk unit weight and dry unit weight, saturated, sorry, we must know what is bulk mass density, what is dry mass density, what is saturated density, and what is submerged density, right? And these all are defined in terms of mass. We must also know bulk unit weight, dry unit weight, saturated unit weight, and submerged unit weight. All these have been defined in terms of weight, right? So this is the basic difference between density and unit weight, right? Next, there is a term called specific gravity of solids. Let us see what is this. Specific gravity of solids. It is denoted by G, and it is the ratio of mass of a given volume. What? It is the ratio of mass of a given volume of solids of soil to the mass of an equal volume of water at 4 degrees centigrade. Mass of given volume. What does it mean? Mass of a given volume. That means density of solids divided by density of water. So this is how we define specific gravity of solids, right? We can also define another term that is called mass specific gravity. Mass specific gravity, this is denoted by Gm, and it is equal to density of soil, density of water, right? So here we have defined two terms, one G and another Gm. G means density of solids divided by density of water. Gm means density of soil, right? Density of soil by density of water. Now can you tell me the relation between which one will be greater and which will be smaller? As the denominator in both, that is rho W, is same, है ना? So if we have to compare is density of solids to density of soil. Which do you think is more? Definitely the solids are more dense, है ना? Hence density of solids will be more, and hence we can say G is more than Gm. Always this will be the case. G greater than Gm. I think so you all have understood all these terms. Along with this video, you all must go through the notes that I have provided to you all, and also through the books. You should go through the books also. So that's it for the video. Thank you very much. We'll meet in the next video.